Very pleased to be joined now by King Casey O'Neill. Casey, last time I spoke to you, you were on Fight Island and you're about to fight in UAE Warriors. Since then, 3 fights, 3 finishes, 3 wins. Things just have got better and better for you. I know people have kind of struggled during the pandemic, but the last couple of years have been quite cool for you from a fighting point of view, it seems. Does it feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie. It's been a great couple of years, probably a lot of it has to do with COVID and being given opportunities that I might not have got before or might have taken a little longer. Obviously, COVID is a terrible situation and everything, but I think that if anybody made the best out of it, it was me. So like you said, 3 fights and 3 finishes, which is great. I'm back to my finishing ways, which I love as well. And yeah, I'm so happy about how things have turned out.
You've been given Antonina Shevchenko, so much experience. She's got some massive wins under her belt. When you got the contract for this, were you rubbing your hands together? Like, she's a big name. She's an interesting challenge for you.
Yeah, listen, I was excited. This fight is once again a lot of firsts for me. It's the first time I've ever fought somebody with this much experience. First time ever taking a fight on short notice. Yeah, just a lot of things once again that were challenges that came up, and I wanted to challenge myself. I think that's one of the main reasons why I do MMA. So I was really excited for this one, and I definitely trained extra hard because I knew the challenge that was coming for me. But I think that I'm the absolute best version of myself that I've ever been. I just have been almost shocking myself with how I've been training lately. So I'm really excited to get in there and show everybody that on Saturday.
Have you watched her recent fights closely? She's obviously coming off a loss to Andrea Lee in her last one. She got submitted, but a really impressive win over Ariane Lipski. She's beaten people like Ji-yeon Kim, who's got excellent hands. Are you impressed by Antonina?
I think she's a good fighter for sure. Definitely can't take that away from her, and she's been doing it for a long time. But impressed, not really. I think she's just the same as everybody else in the division. She sort of fights very similar to quite a lot of the girls. So nothing really stands out impressive wise. So I'm excited to test that theory out.
It could be argued that flyweight, given what we saw on the weekend, is the least competitive at the top of the division. Do we need King Casey to come along and sort of save the division and some new blood in there? Because it's not been competitive at the top, you could say, for a while now.
Yeah, listen, I'm excited to keep growing. I think I got a couple of years until I want to put myself there. I really want to gain some more experience so that I end up being the Valentina of this division who clears everybody out and everybody's like, well, who's there to fight you? So I think I'm a couple of years away from that, but I'm definitely growing, and I definitely would love to be that first person to beat her. So give me a couple of years and we'll see. As far as the division, I do feel like it's stagnant at the top there, but I feel like there's been quite a few new young girls coming in that are making it a little bit more exciting. Myself, Miranda Maverick, Macy Barber, there's some young blood in there that is now starting to make waves. So I think it's time for out with the old and in with the new.
Do you think there's any element, they do put thought into this when they matched you with Antonina, that they're maybe thinking about that narrative for the future? Oh, she beat her sister. Now she's ranked. Now she's beaten top 5. Now she's going to take on Valentina.
Yeah, I think that the UFC is very smart with the way that they do everything. I think that obviously there's a reason that this fight was put forward to me. And from what I was told, Mick doesn't give just anybody a Shevchenko name. So I'm definitely very pleased that that's how they feel about me in the organization. So I'm excited to go out there and just prove to them why I did deserve this spot. And I definitely think that in a couple of years' time, it'll make a really good story, beat her sister, beat her, take the belt, everything like that. That's what I'm envisioning.
What's the situation with Tiger? Are you going to go back there? Because I know that you loved your time there. And interestingly, Antonina has been, I don't know if she's still with Tiger, but she's certainly been linked with Tiger for many years.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment with the COVID thing, it's hard to definitively say yes or no either way. So I am waiting it out, and hopefully I do get to go back there. Thailand is my happy place. It's I love that place so much. It's my favorite place I've ever lived still to this day. So of course I'd love to go back. Unfortunately though, with Tiger, a lot of things has changed. The Hickman brothers have left, who are my coaches. I consider them like my first coaches. I had coaches beforehand, but they sort of changed the game and the way I look at things for me, and really made me the fighter I am. So I think I'll go wherever they end up.
So Frank is at Syndicate right now, right? Have you been training there a bit? Where have you been training recently?
No, I'm still at Xtreme Couture and 10th Planet. Two gyms in one town. I think that you pick your side and you stay with it. So as much as I love Frank, I haven't been going over there. He's been coming to me though a little bit. So it's easier for the coach to play both sides, I guess, than the fighter. So I'm just staying in my little bubble, and sometimes Frank comes in and helps me out, and he's just doing his thing over there. I'm happy for him. He got an opportunity when there's not very many opportunities going around. So I'm happy that he got that, and he deserves it. And yeah, I'm excited for his future as well.
Who do you train with mostly at Xtreme? Is Misha Tate still there?
She's there, but she's not in the group classes as much. She kind of does her own thing. So my main partner for this fight was actually an 170-pound guy. His name is Adam. He fights at 135, but he's a little fat at the moment. So I've been training with him a lot for this one, and he was pretty much mimicking Antonina to a T for me, and he was perfect. So I appreciate him a lot for that. And then obviously everybody at Xtreme and everybody at 10th Planet rode a lot with Cynthia Calvillo, and we did a lot of wrestling together. And then Cody Stamen helps me with my wrestling and my striking, and a whole lot of people, too many to name, obviously all my coaches as well. So there's so many people there, like it's a dream.
Well, you're riding 3 finishes. It must kind of get annoying asking how this fight is going to finish, but what are you excited about in terms of your skill set? Is there any way that you envision this fight finishing, and are you confident of yet another finish?
I'm definitely confident in my finishing abilities against anybody. I think that I bring a pace and a pressure that not many people are used to, and I overwhelm them and I make them feel like they're drowning, and then I finished the job. So I expect to do that same thing again. I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet, but I imagine it's somewhere on the ground, somewhere in the first or second round.
What was your takeaway from the weekend's fight, from Valentina's fight? There's now the talk of the trilogy with Amanda again. Does that interest you? Is that a competitor to see her fight Amanda for a 3rd time, or do you want to see her fight another flyweight?
I would like to see her fight Amanda again. I feel like both of their fights were super close, and she probably could end up getting a victory. I think she's very talented. So that would also be good for the division if she could go up and beat a 35er. It brings a lot more eyes to her as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see anything Valentina does. I think that she's a great fighter, and I think that she's got a lot more to show than what she showed on the weekend, for sure. It felt like Lauren was in there trying not to fight so much, so they were both sort of stood there and it was like a stall. So I'd like to see her fight anybody that brings a fight to her and makes it exciting.
You said you're a couple of years away from that, from the title shot level. So do you envision Valentina still being the one in 2 years' time?
She did an interview recently where she said she wants to fight until she's 50. So if she actually stands by that, then I do imagine she'll be the one I take it away from.
This is such an exciting time in your career. Really enjoyed kind of watching you rise, and anticipate another really exciting fight this weekend. Always good to speak to you, Casey. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.